cup.
They say he gave him vinegar.
Yeah.
Therefore he received it. He said it's finished.
Yeah, it's one when it go into detail about him spitting it out because he didn't want to deal with it. But that was a cup. This time about a sponge. Now in that cup, I think it go into detail. It might go into detail in where you at, John?
Go to Matthew 27.
Yeah, go to Matthew 27 and see what you got. I'm sorry about that.
Matthew 27, it says, I'm going to go to Mark. It says sponge too. I'm going to go to Mark 15. See what Mark 15 says. Mark 15:36. Mark 15 says
so they tried to give him a cup.
It says a sponge also full of vinegar to drink.
Well, we'll find it. Just keep on. Go back to where you were. We'll find it.
It says, when Yahawashi therefore had received, this is verse 30, received the vinegar, he said, it is finished. It says, and he bowed his head and gave up the ghost.
Yeah, this when he was crucified. So they're right there. We're reading that because showing you in the scriptures the way he was crucified and he was pierced. Everybody know that. So how did he get that vision? You see, because the Lord came over here. It's in the scriptures. He said he had a sheep not of this fold. Okay, go ahead.
And it says, verse 31, the Jews therefore, because it was the preparation that the body should not remain upon the cross on the Sabbath day, for that Sabbath day was in a high day, besought Pilate that their legs might be broken and that they might be taken away. Verse 32, then came the soldiers and brake the legs of the first and the other which was crucified with him. But when they came to Yahawashi, they saw that he was dead already. They brake not his legs. But one of the soldiers with a spear pierced his side, for which came out blood and water. And he saw it bear record, and the record is true. And he knoweth that he said true, that ye might believe.
Hey, the key, what we were looking for, I found it through the Spirit. It's in Matthew. It's in Matthew 27. It's in Matthew 27, and it's in verse 34. So when you look this one up, sorry about that. You know, read that.
That says
start at 29.
It says Matthew 27 and 29. And when they had plaited a crown of thorns, they put it on his head, and a reed in his right hand, and they bowed the knee before him and mocked him, saying,
yeah, they were making mockery of him. Them soldiers that stuck him was making mockery of him. And they gonna get paid back for that when you read Revelation, the first chapter.
It says, Hail, King of the Jews. And they spit upon him and took the reed and smote him on the head.
And then, man, he was getting Yahawashi. Go ahead.
It says, and after that they had mocked him, they took the robe off of him and put his own raiment on him and led him away to crucify him. And as they came out, they found a man of Cyrene, Simon by name. Him they compelled to bear his cross.
Yeah, bear your cross meaning take up that burden. You know, that's what that means. Go ahead.
And when they were come upon a place called Golgotha, that is to say, a place of a skull, they gave him vinegar to drink, mingled with gall.
That right there talking about, when you look up them words, that's talking about pits. Okay? But over there, they say they put a sponge in his mouth. That wasn't talking about the pits. I'm sorry. Right there, it's talking about pits. They gave him pits. Some more on that.
It says, when he had tasted, therefore he would not drink it. And they crucified him and parted his garments, casting lots, that they might be fulfilled, which was spoken by the prophet. They parted my garments among them, and upon my vesture did they cast lots.
Yeah, so sometimes it goes into detail and in certain chapters when you got Mark, John, Matthew, Luke. Sometimes it goes into detail in one, and sometimes it don't go into detail like that. But through the Spirit, we was able to bring it out, you know. But yeah, you gonna look up that word.
That was 30.
Yeah.
It says, Greek 55:21. That word "gall" is kole, which goes back to colon, right? And it says bile or gall, so that's nasty, man. And it says bitter things, right?
That's
gall
right
or
there.
bile. That is an analogy, poison, right? So that's like you said, piss and biles and shit. They probably shitted in it also. Piss and shit in the vinegar, man.
Man. Alright, so they mocked the Lord when he was on the scene, man. They didn't care about him like everybody portray they care about him in these times, man. They was against the Lord. They hated the Lord, man. Only a certain few believed in Yahawashi.
God. Yep. So they hate him.
Give me John 13:33.
Okay.
I think that's where it says. When it says, where he goes, to the Jews, to the Gentiles, and scattered.
God, yeah, like he just said, hate it. I'm gonna read this one to back you up. This is Matthew 10:22. Where he was telling the disciples, it says, "And ye shall be hated of all men for my name's sake, but he that endured to the end shall be saved." So we gonna be hated the same way for Yahawashi's name, man.
Yeah, and it's gonna increase. It's gonna increase during this martial law.
You know, they fed, you know, if you believe it, if they gave him piss and shit, they're gonna be doing you the same way or much worse. You know, it said he endured to the end. Who holds strong to your faith, man. You know, who holds strong to these words, these messages, man. This purpose, this writing. You hold strong to it and have the faith, man. Keep your faith, man. You know, you endure to the end, man. Maybe the Lord have mercy to help you endure to the end. You know?
It is? Okay. How y'all doing?
So just like they hated him, they gonna hate us the same way, man. It ain't gonna be no they ain't gonna let up. Cause believe me, through the process of time, you seen Esau's technology get greater. The weaponry got greater. So much as gonna be his torture. You know? When you read it, and they tortured it with like with shit and thorns and spears. So we know in our time we're gonna be getting tortured with way worse instruments, man. They got shock treatment now, man. They could kill you and bring you back alive. Esau got that technology now. They'll kill you and stick you and bring you right back alive, man.
That's for 2/3.
You know?
Yeah, that's for 2/3. Give me John 7 and 35 and link that up with John 13 and 33.
7, 35, 33. All right. 13, 33. Got it. This is John 7 chapter, 35th verse. Then said the Jews among themselves, whither will he go, that we shall not find him? Will he go into the dispersed among the Gentiles to teach the Gentiles?
So during that time, he was explaining to him that he had to go, you know, but through the Spirit, we know that he was basically telling them, look, he got to go to the other tribe. Because when you read in John the 10th chapter, he said, I have sheep not of this fold. So he was talking about the other tribe. Okay? From Ephraim and Manasseh to Gad to Zebulun, Asher to Manasseh to Reuben, He was talking about the other tribe. Okay, read that again.
It says, then said the Jews among themselves, whither will he go that we shall not find him? Will he go unto the dispersed among the Gentiles?
So you got Israelites, that was Gentiles, that was amongst the real Gentiles, okay, which are the other heathen nations, okay? And by Israelites taking on the customs of them other heathen nations, they become Gentiles. So they was thinking he was finna go, you know, to the dispersed among the Gentiles. But Paul was set up to do that. And who the world in called Jesus was finna come over here. Read that again.
It says, then said the Jews among themselves, whither will he go that we shall not find him? Will he go unto the dispersed among the Gentiles to teach the Gentiles? What manner of saying is this that he said, ye shall seek me, and ye shall not find me, and where I am, thither ye cannot come?
Done.
You want Luke 13:33?
No, same book.
Same book?
Yeah, same book, 13 and 33.
Oh, okay.
Same book.
For some reason, I got Luke 13 or 3.
Because you're going to say the same thing over there.
John 13 and 33. Little children, yet a little while I am with you. Ye shall seek me. And as I said unto the Jews, whither I go, ye cannot come.
So he wasn't talking to nobody else. He wasn't talking to no Edomites. He wasn't talking to no Ammonites. He wasn't talking to no Moabites. He wasn't talking to no Ishmaelites. He wasn't talking to no Hamites. He was talking to Israelites, which was Judah, Benjamin, and Levi at that time, telling them, look, where I'm going, y'all can't go. You see? So he was telling them.
God. It says, whither I go, ye cannot come. So now I say to you, a new commandment I give unto you, that ye love one another.
Which that's what we're supposed to do. Love one another. And when we come out here and teach you your true nationality, that's love, man. That's love in the spirit of Yahawashi, man. Who the world in called God and Jesus, man. Go ahead.
As I have loved you, that ye also love one another.
And that's going into the elect, because 2/3 of our people not going to come back and do what the Heavenly Father say do according to the scriptures. They not going to do it. Okay, go ahead.
But this shall all men know that ye are my disciples, if ye have love one to another.
That's plain right there. Now, I got this book, another book, to prove that Quetzalcoatl, that was known amongst Issachar, the so-called Mexicans, that they knew that he was Yahawashi, who the world in called Jesus.
The Lost Cities of the North and Central America by David Childress. This is page 220, 233, Slaki 233. 233 or 232?
You can start
Montezuma.
Yeah, Montezuma.
Okay.
And Montezuma was put on the chiefs of Issachar, because what it was, Cortez didn't understand Hebrew, so he changed it. He said change the name to where he can understand it, because it was more than one. Another thing, it was more than one Montezuma. Okay, there was more than one of them. All the chiefs was called Montezuma, and later on in history, you had the priests amongst Issachar become rulers, and that's when everything started getting corrupt. You see, they start sacrificing each other, you know, and going off, you know.
Right.
And then you had the priests killing, when you go into the history, you had the priests killing their own people and setting up a whole nother system that he felt like that was going to be ruled the right way. But it was all corrupt, man. They were going against it. That's dealing with Issachar, so-called Mexican.
It says, page 232, 233, It says Montezuma and his priests had been anxiously awaiting the arrival of Quetzalcoatl since the early 1519. In the beginning of that year, there were many portents of the sky that showed that the tribulation of the Aztec Empire was at hand. For a long time, the night sky was lit by the northern light.
Because the thing about it is, he came over here, and the prophecy was that he was going to come back. That who the world English called Jesus was going to come back, and they was waiting for him. But when Cortez them came, the Issachar them thought that that was the Lord, but it wasn't. And then you had a lot, when you go into the history, the leaders of Issachar was like, don't kill Cortez. But the mass of the people wanted to put him to death. I got the record.
It says, a volcanic disturbance caused the water in Mexico Lake to boil up and flood the city streets. The temple of the sun god went on fire. A spirit speaking a woman's voice wailed at night, my children, ruin is at hand. Magicians